Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 21 of our Zhatan the Black Realm of Souls campaign. In today's episode, we are here with some rather excitable lads for the siege and subsequent fall of Wolfenburg. The Auto-Resolve thought that we would stand not a chance against the Kislevites hiding behind these walls, but they are about half strength, so I'm very curious to see what they think about that. The Hobgoblins are by no means a formidable fighting force when not rolling with HORDES, but I think we have the numbers and the wherewithal to bring this army down. The breaches in the wall that we get for our Tower of Zharr spot is over here. What we're going to do is act like we don't care about those at all, and then send the surge of Hobgoblin Raiders through that position to either claim points or smash into undefended defenders, I guess. Let's get this thing started. Smash into the flanks of the defenders. Oh, that's what I meant to say. We are actually going to send our Lord up on the walls for this battle here, as he actually fights quite well in melee comparatively to some of our other units here. You're going to start getting loaded down with arrows. Now we send in the raiders. Send you guys in this way. We'll send the archer raiders off to the side so they can harry the flanks of the enemy there. Getting torn to shreds on the way in. We're going to send you guys up on the other side there. You guys will just start chopping at the walls. Hobgoblins taking some damage on the way in, but we can start throwing some back. And not bad hits on those Kossars. They don't have much armor, those poor champions of Kislev. In fact, let's go ahead and activate the Armor of Contempt for all the lads advancing. Try to allow that advance to be a little bit safer. They are throwing down all sorts of ice spells. We do not care, though. Keep flanking hard. We can't do much to the lads on the walls with our different bombardments, but we shall deal with them in due time. Our Lord, we should actually be able to drop the Flames and Shadow, kind of weaken the Armored Kossars before we actually hit the walls, which I think is a good idea. Ladders going up across the way there. Oh, they do actually pull away from Flame and Shadow. Good idea. But never mind, he's up on the walls, so we cannot use it. They keep firing into the flanks of those Armored Kossars there. Where's the rest of your army? Back here in the back? All hiding. Brave sons of Kislev. We might miss this first group. Ah, we clip them just a bit. Not great damage on those. But our raiders are streaming on through. We'll have one of the units come on in and claim in this position here. Keep blasting those Kossars with arrows. I don't want to hit the armored ones. I want to fire on the guys that are not. Allow them to get shredded by our lovely arrow fire. All goblins move over there and start helping fight with this group of either Kossars or armored Kossars in the way there. We'll have you guys stream down and start fighting with the Kossars. I want the armored Kossars to get clumped so I can hit them with this Flame and Shadow. They really don't want to, though. Which, fair enough. Down Pole's death. And we are through the gates. Did a lot of friendly fire damage with that spell there, but we'll charge them through. They should be able to rip through the Kossars, no problem. Kossars are tough, but Hobgoblins are tougher. With the shiv. Alright, you guys have almost captured this position here. And we are moving to claim the other one. Post haste. Awesome. Alright, let's move through and see if we can break any of the boys that come down off the walls. Looks like most of them are going to stay up, though. What we're going to do is come on over here to this next point and be a bother. Allow our actual Hobgoblins to move in. You guys are taking a lot of damage, but we can hopefully move up and bother those Armored Kossars. Those guys don't have much shielding, so we should be able to get good damage on them. Time for more Armor Contempt. Allowed to get shot at by those Armored Kossars who are being rude. Let's pull the Wolf Raiders through. We can kind of set them up in this square here. Not many enemies in the way, so they should be able to pull right through, no problem. Alright, archers, it's your turn to take to the walls then. If they are going to abandon them. Those belong to us then. I'm trying to think of what we want to actually use here. We may not need anything. Hobgoblins are slaying the Kossars pretty easily. Let's go ahead and just move down and surround, destroy this last group here. In fact, we'll have you guys come on into melee and run down these poor fools. Yep. Easily defeating that group. Let's go ahead and pull them into this town square. See what's going on with these armored Kossars moving up. 2 units of Kossars with spears. They've got even some dervishes and 3 armored Kossars. We will probably claim the point and then move off to a different position. You guys move up and claim this town square here. Grab this point and then just flee. That'd be great. Hurt their leadership a bit and force them to come on through and waste time recapping the point if they want to. And if they do, we will then bring in the Deadly Boys. Alright, these 4 Kiss the Lights up front have been broken. Hobgoblin shivs doing good work. And they should break pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and bring our cutthroat archers and everyone else forward into this bit of a town square here. And then you 3 can move up as well into the same position there. Alright, Kiss the Lights, what's the plan? Your dervishes will absolutely lose a duel. Those are spear Kossars. Don't really want to charge them at that group. I am happy to mess with the dervishes as they go in on that position there. You get some of the Khadai behind them. Rip apart those armored Kossars and do good work. I want them to all get in a group as they don't want to be. We'll bring the other cavalry over. Almost. They really don't want to move up in a clump. They're not armored, not worth it. Let's try to break up this formation a bit more. You guys charge in. We will go ahead and break the formation up now. Yeah, stand right in one spot. That's an excellent idea. We will go ahead and summon the Khadai in behind them. And then also grab the Armor of Contempt. Make sure they don't lose too many soldiers there in the battle. And then as these guys rotate to try to fire, we'll drop down the Doom of a Shoot. Bring all of our other soldiers around to finish the job. Skadoosh, that eliminates that unit. And it's just the guys in the back now. Sweet. The pincer movement of Khadai and Wolf Raiders was too much. By our blood, it's definitely popped pretty soon here. We might even just want to charge through the line and get on these Kossars. Make sure our Lord's coming over to duel with the enemy Patriarch. Actually, we'll go ahead and just have the Khadai charge forward, as they are on a timer. Meanwhile, the cavalry can go around. Same thing with the other Wolf Raiders here. We'll send them around the back to just kind of claim points and be annoying. Slow and steady wins the race. Bring all the cutthroats up. Oh, the Khadai went away last second there. Such is the way. Alright, there's only 1 unit of Kossar Spears over here. Let's go ahead and charge all of the cavalry over to break them. And when I say all the cavalry, I mean all of them. All 5 units. Should be overwhelming numbers, exactly as we need. As the rest of our units kind of swarm over slowly. You stay and claim this position. Everyone else keep moving. Take their sweet time. Run, Kislevites, run! There's nowhere to run. It's a horde of Wolf Riders. The Kislevites disappear under the swarm. That unit completely got disintegrated. Now let's pull it away so we don't take too much damage from the spearmen there. Hit and run attack worked out very well. Alright, now we're going to start losing some lives. Let's charge in on these spears here. Those cutthroats are going to get shot up on their way in, but they must die so that others don't have to. And our Lord is taking his sweet time to get over here. The Wolf Raiders got most of the archers off their feet, thankfully. Keep charging in. Love the archers just pull through and be obnoxious. Just gonna keep everyone from firing on our cutthroats here who are in battle. Bring these cutthroats around so they can kind of flank. Yeah, flank these Kossars. Let some arrows fly. More and more of them pour into the square. How are our cavalry doing? Taking casualties probably in droves there. Actually, they're not doing too bad. We'll just keep charging them in. There's just not enough room for them to all inhibit the same spot. Few cavalry getting dropped there. We'll probably want to pull them back and get another charge in. And hope to kind of break them with that initial charge. We'll pull these hobgoblins back. And then the normal cavalry back as well for another charge. Fire Blood looks to be activated. That should be the end for the battle. These Wolf Riders move so quick. Very light cavalry they are. But that looks to be the win. Where's their lord at? All the way around the map, our poor overseer had to travel. Got his steps in for sure, but that is the victory. Wolfenburg falls. Pretty marvelous victory there. Auto-resolve, definitely drunk. Sent them on home packing. We will claim Wolfenburg now as a shiny new tower. We have a good bit of Zharr Conclave influence, so we could spend some to actually activate the tower at a bit higher of a level, and we will only at a tier 2. Don't want to spend too much of it. I'd really like to get that final confederation with the overlords of Zharr soon, rather than later. Alright, Wolfenburg, let's grab the gold mine here right away. And what else can we go for? Prototype Mega Mortar? Maximum defense? I think we do. Get rid of the ash level, and then we'll throw in the demon smithy for now for 32 armaments. Okay, cool, 32. I'm going to rush the construction on the gold mine and take it up to a gold smelter. Actually, see if we can't pass out some more labor to speed things up here in this province. We are down to kind of bare bones across the board here. And this is in Ostland, so we shall grab 100 from here and here, and then send those guys down to Ostland. Might as well grab the extra labor that's from Sylvania and over at the World's Edge, and kind of bring that over to Ostland. We don't have a lot of gold is the only issue there, so let's reset. Take 100 from Ostland itself. We'll take 100 back up here from... Where was it? I took it from here. And I snatched another cool 100 from a place it couldn't be taken from, looks like. Sit down here, and then we'll add that back to Ostland. Oh, we can't afford the double down, can we? Alright, we'll just take 100 from the World's Edge, drop them into Ostland, and I don't understand why. Oh, is it not resetting the whole thing? Interesting. Yeah, well, the labor panel seems to be really funky lately. Same thing with our construction costs. For this campaign, our construction costs have been dropped to an extreme low. And they were always fairly low because of all the buffs we've gotten. They've dropped to a low that I can't fathom. Go ahead and drop in the demon smithy here. Then next turn for 97, we can grab the altar of fire. That's supposed to be in the thousands. Why is it 97? That is almost nothing. Even with extreme discounts, that would never be anywhere near 97. We're going to leave them here, raiding. If we kind of see a random army of Greases pop up over here, we will then declare war and start doing as much damage as we can before he can retaliate. Fighting with Greasus and Grimgor both is one of extreme momentum. As long as you can keep them on the back foot, you can pretty easily roll their entire army down the hill. But if you don't, you lose that momentum, they will crump you. Something fierce. Let's fly into our diplomacy, see if there's anything we can agree to or not. Looks like nothing at all yet. That's fine with me. This is a quite profitable turn. We've got 12,000 gold coming in next turn. Let's go ahead and end things and see how it goes. Over here in Osland, we'll grab the Masterful Architects, decrease that constructed cost even further, and then we'll go ahead and end the turn there. I have armies to slaughter. Yeah, it's time for Greasus' war. So it shall be. Well, you see the coalition of evil I bring against you. Bring it, bud. I have so much money, I will just drown you in waves and waves of hobgoblins, and that's in fact exactly what I'm about to do. We've got some lads back, and let's start recruiting up. We've got these guys holding them back. Need to make sure we have a new building that win with the Hobgoblin Barracks. Perfect. Over here at the Gates of Zharr will work just fine. Wanted to make sure those weren't on this side of the map. They aren't. Here's where we recruit in our lord. We are going to grab against the ogres what would be best. Probably Ash Storm with the Hobgoblin Archers. So let's grab. He is rank 7, but he's kind of garbage. He's conceited. Needful would give us more armor, and then we've got lots of conceited fellas. Greedy, hubristic, and cruel. So the two best calls for us would either be Death or Hashut. Death, so we can drop their high-value Lords and Heroes, and then Hashut just for slowing down large clumps of them and making them weak to fire. So Hashut is definitely going to be useful. We'll grab Khazad Grease here. No supply lines for the Dawizar, which is amazing. And we finished the industrial security. Scheduled patrols of mines and factories give the guards a lie of the land, ensuring more efficient protection of lucrative holdings. More movement from tower patrols buildings in, and then a nice little upkeep reduction. We'll grab Khazad here. Take a Route Marcher, give him the old Burning Wrath, Killing Fire, double Ash Storm, and then we can grab the other points from there. Hey Mac, while we're here, let's grab the point into Seeing Red because it gives you more melee strength as well as weapon strength, or melee attack as well as weapon strength. Definitely afford. Oh no, Toruk's available here. Are we full out of them? Have we recruited all of them? Oh, there we go. We'll grab him a Demon Smith of Death. Phlegmatic or Selfish. I like Selfish for keeping friendly provinces profitable. Oh, awesome. Fertile Ironsworn. And then an extra capacity for Lamasu. Lovely to see. Welcome, Skrillex. Skrillex Baruch. Give him the double down in Spirit Leech, Life Leeching, and then what would be best for dealing with ogres, I think. Likely Soul Blight. We can get an area of effect that drops all armor that they may already have if they don't have any already. So we can drop down a Overcast Soul Blight as well as the Ash Storm and just rip them to shreds. As long as we can afford both spells. Trying to be a bit more clever with our weak armies. We could have a man that has an upset tummy, an impulsive one, or a bull that is corrupt. Let's go for Krusgrags, the impulsive. He's very fast and has some more charge bonus. That'll go lovely with his murderous charge. He's already very angry. Let's give him control and survivalist at 2 points into training, and then Bulgor. We'll bring them post haste up to join with Khazad, who is going to have as many Hobgoblin Archers as we can grab. So we're going to probably do 6 of these guys in the back line. We'll have some sneaky gates, probably 4, and then the rest of it being cutthroats and cavalry. We may grab 1 artillery piece just to make sure they've got some punching power from distance, just so the enemy always feels forced to move to them, but we'll have several very, very cheap armies of hobgoblins. Time to get some more labor. Alright, I think we're going to go for the resource extractors first, because extra income from gem and gold mines, 20% sounds like an easy sell. And I think once we're sold with that low, our income is fine right now. So let's actually move in and grab up to the Hobgoblin Quartermasters here. Start increasing our swarms of laborers. Over in the Hellforge, I would absolutely love to get some more access to even more fire glaives. Over in the flying monsters, we've gained Frenzy, Stalk, and Vanguard deployment. Strength from Flesh. Num num. Eating the enemy heals you. But of course it does. Yeah, so let's come on in here, grab an extra fire glaive. And perhaps some more war machines, because they're fairly cheap to increase. Sweet. Maybe instead of what Kazadi is currently recruiting, we throw out one of the hobgoblins and grab... Oh, we've actually now broken even with our war machines. Such is the way, I guess. Alright, bud. Back to archers. We'll probably have a very similar spread to the other one with 3 normal raiders and 2 with bows and arrows. Rail Nate, that's 400? This one is, you're supposed to add a 3,000 to that. It's an expensive upgrade. 400 there as well. Our buffs must be layering up very nicely. Construction cost minus 25%. Yeah, we've probably got some crazy ones layered up here that I'm just not seeing. Hobgoblin scarcity for now. Oh yeah, that's the industrial specialization as well. So we have a 20% construction cost decrease as well as the 25% decrease as well. That's... And we have materials at sea dropping it by 30% even further. That makes sense. We need to capitalize on this as fast as we can. 175 for that one. Let's go for just the 150 gold refinery. How much for... Sold. 75 for the gold sluice. Betchafin can go up as well. 150 for the gold sluice. Several armies now approach. Oh, you think we're concerned? No, this is just more labor. Unfortunately for you, you bring them so willingly. Volgograd first. Elena's army is the more elite one, so we'll probably auto-resolve this one if it's giving us nice enough casualty. Yeah, it's easy. Easy clap. We lost way more than we definitely should have. We will go ahead and sack the settlement. We deserve the extra labor for all of the penalties to casualties we lost there. Victory over Kislev. Those arrogant Kislevites who think themselves the hardiest of all have been set packing back to their frozen waste of a kingdom. Well, I've actually already claimed their kingdom. Now we claim Volgograd. I think we claim this settlement as a factory. We'll have to repair it, which will actually cost more than it takes to build a tier 3 one right now. Wait, did that say 24? Good grief. We'll grab the factory guardhouse. I'll move some labor on over here to actually let it build. Volgograd is in the northern oblast. Get it where it needs to go. There's the eastern. There's the northern. Send the labor on over and we'll finish up these walls so that Zhatan has a bit more fodder to use. I will now grab the unyielding command. 20% more aura size drops the leadership of enemies even more usefully. And then we are going to actually also go for the headdress of Zharr since he gets shot at a lot. 2 skills that are going to be very useful. Or Lord Shax, who is the Crucible. We'll grab the heroic killing blow. And then for you, Nebanid. We can start working on the boost income, so we're gaining a little bit more gold as we roll around. We took a lot of casualties from that battle. They would just get exploded from distance.
An ice witch bows to no one.
What if an ice witch gets caught in an artillery duel? I think the most dangerous unit here is going to be the Frozen Heart of Winter, but one singular cast of... You join up. We've got all of the heroes. Let's go get Elena. Break them. Close victory. We would lose some hobgoblins. Right then, to the field. Alright, place your bets. One big frosty bear or all of the hobgoblins? Let's start deployment. Heart of Winter, do you even really look different from normal elemental bears? Really, you're very muddy. Someone needs to hose off this bear. He's looking gross. Little Grom unit's gonna be pretty dangerous there. What's your range there, bud? 563. No joke. Alright, well, we are way outranged by Little Grom. That I wasn't really expected. But we shall have to make do. We'll set the lads up on top of the high ground here. Have indeed studied at the Obi-Wan Kenobi School of Battle Tactics. Our infantry team, archers, bring the boys up. So if anyone's gonna get shot at by the Grom, it's not gonna be the goblins, even though I'd like it to be, because they have a stock. So Gordouz is making them extra sneaky, which is great. But just this once, I'd rather them not be so sneaky. I'll have you guys hanging out in the middle with Gordouz himself. Group y'all up. Make sure you're both in melee mode. We business. Everyone who can fly now. We've got a Lamasu, a Bale Taurus, and a Red Bulls. All three of our options. We may use our Hobgoblins then as more sneaky units. We need plenty that can crash into their lines. They can probably beat most of these in a straight-up fight with Gordouz's help, with his buffs, except for the Ice Guard. I'm keen to see if they can beat the Ice Guard in a battle. Let's throw the units. We are going to take an absolute wallop from the Little Grom to start. Not much we can do about that. Have to take our smacks. Hobgoblin archers, set them on up. We actually should have missile advantage as long as they get closer. We don't have range advantage though, of course. So we'll make do. Have both of the Castellans in the same spot. I want them to be kind of layering fire down on one lord or hero, or one important bit of targets. So we'll put them on this side here. Stop anyone from flanking. And then the Red Bull and these other two lords can work together to go fight either Little Grom or the enemy hero, or enemy lord there, Elena Zarakova. Alright then, Kislev. By your blood. We've got to advance, otherwise Little Grom's going to do all too much damage, so let's get moving. We'll send the squad up the other side there. Hobgoblins are going to be invisible the entire time, so we don't have to worry about it. Move down the center, here comes the Little Grom shots. Alright, let's make sure you are picking good targets. I would say that eliminating the Streltsy and this group of Armored Kossars there will be the best targets. Go for those shots. Castellans are in position. Let's push them up just a little bit there. They're the first ones that can get those flintlocks firing. I actually do wish they made a better effort to make these flintlocks sound exactly the same, or at least the Iron Glaive Guard sound exactly the same as these. These ones sound much more like an actual rifle shot. At a angle, I don't think they can see anyone. Iceforge Legion's doing all of the work there. Little Grom's not taking any shots yet, which is interesting. Or maybe it is, it's firing on our lord here. Keep them together. You can come on up and actually just blast a burning head through. I want to see how much damage we get on the normal warriors of Kislev there. Hey, not bad. Even on armored units there, not bad at all. Here's some bolts of burning as well. We're going to be really aggressive with our spellcasting. Freeze cooldowns. We'll go ahead and move forward and drop down the Flame and Shadow wherever you can, although we can slow these bears down nicely. Get the slow down here. I will go ahead and drop the armor on the bear as well. We'll have both of these guys launch their Cinder Blast shells at those bears. Send everyone but these dudes forward. Have all of our archers start firing away on the Warbear Riders there. Took some massive damage on the charge. I think such has to be the way. Pull these guys back. Red Bull, if I shoot, go straight over the top after Little Grom. Not sure. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Not sure really how we want to handle. The bears got in on the front line, but they're gone now. Our artillery teams are firing on the wrong units, starting to blast away. Let's kick them off. Fire at will. We will give you your targets, good sirs. Armor of Contempt for everyone up front here. Die Fireborn on these fools here. Bit of a Dreadquake drop. Our Lord's taking some damage. Let's pull him away. Let's go get into a melee here. Come on, Red Bull. Gotta fly faster than that. Lord needs to retreat further. You're taking all the free fire from the enemy there. Archers switch targets. Go ahead and drop down the Ash Storm there. Ooh, those poor Chaos Dwarfs are getting obliterated. The amount of damage we got on the Heart of Winter, it's gone. Absolutely gone. Move up and break them. HORDES drop some friends in behind. Little Grom is being dealt with. Snipers up front should be able to get rid of Aelin, no problem. By her blood, indeed. Chop them up. They're not really meant to be in melee, but they're doing fine. Now they've got boys to help. Oh, that Goblin Rider got dropped. Weakness abounds. Have you guys turn and help out with these armor crossers there who already have sundered armor. Go ahead and break them. Oh yes, Gislevites, flee. For what good it'll do you. Awesome. Well, we will do what we can to chase down the survivors, and I will catch you all in a moment. And with that decisive victory, I think Kislev's defeat is all but certain. We have some more work to do, for sure. That's pretty backbreaking for them. The Tsarina is still alive. Gained a victory over Kislev for you as well now. Go ahead and hunt down Elena, make sure she does not escape. Everyone will get involved in this fight here, and we lose nobody, right? You'd better know that. Sneakily take out any of my units. Excellent. You lost one, though. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Looks like that was friendly fire. Does make sense. Mission successful. We'll go ahead and grab you, put you into March stance, and bring you back over towards Kislev. Sounds great. We have lots of skill points to pass out now, so let's get to it. Astable, my good friend. It has been a very dangerous time for you out in the field. Very glad you have your extra barrier there. None of the skills on this bar are very exciting to me. Unbridled Cruelty is always amazing. That 10% drop to upkeep, fantastic. And as well as the extra campaign movement and replenishment. However, we don't necessarily need that, I don't think. So let's go for actually just the Hellforged Ordnance or the Firing Drills. So that the Hobgoblin Archers are better in combat. Our sniper needs more missile damage. Or does. I think he needs to be faster. No, he needs to be better at defending himself. 61 is good, but he seems to take a lot of damage pretty quickly. It mostly comes down to his very low armor. Let's go for Flaming Sword of Rune. Combine that with Ash Storm as well to get some pretty nasty damage on whatever we want. We'll grab the piercing shots on this lad as well, Zharr-Naggrund, or of Naggrund. Awesome. Once again, our funds are near endless. I will go ahead and upgrade Prague now. Throw in the patrol routes as well for 25. 25 raw materials sold. Hard bargain. I'm not going to upgrade Gerslev just yet because I don't know what's on the other side of the nothing there. 175 for this tithe chamber. It's so cheap. Let's open to the province tab and then upgrade Zufbar to a tier 4 for 350. Black Fortress, we could add in the Tower of Ashut for 1,000 or the Temple of Ashut for 1,000. I think we'll grab that later on. Upgrading the actual towers themselves is crazy cheap, but it's so useful. 500, 150. You get an upgrade, you get an upgrade. We'll grab the tower patrol roads for this one, although it would be a good idea to have things defended, so you know what? In the meantime, we'll grab our defenses and we'll grab the patrol routes afterwards, so let's quickly rush that in, just in case any kind of ogre nonsense. I don't trust the ogres one bit, even though we are on very good terms. They can betray you on a whim. Right there, we've got 700 left, so we won't grab the tribute collectors yet. This is the trade extravaganza. Several of ours are almost up to tier 5 now. Haunted Forest could be upgraded as well, although I don't really need anything here. I don't mind grabbing the Vanguard just in case of random rogue armies popping up. Tower of Grief, we can go for the upgrade on the Gold Sluice for 75. Don't mind if I do. Black Fang, how close are you to enemy territory? Barely. Although with the extremely cheap upgrades, we could go for just these snagged weapon workshops and things. 62 for the maximum tier. That's pretty incredible. As I will continue to say. Spend 1,000 there. I'm happy to go ahead and upgrade the... Do this, we'll have probably a labor shortage, so we won't go for any of that nonsense. Tribute collectors in Hergig for 100. I think instead we will grab the sluice at the scrap towers. And I'm going to delete the armament assembly line and throw in the timber building instead. Just noticed we hadn't actually fixed that just yet. Blade Rock has its blade tower, which is perfect. Over here at scrap towers, then we can go for the actual gunsmith. Sounds good, sounds good. It would likely be intelligent to take out the Fire Enclave here, but actually add in a defensive building at the Black Fortress. We are almost out of our raw materials, such as the way, I guess. It's going to be mostly more Temples of Ashut everywhere that we can. Talabheim needs more tribute collectors. We had one more we could throw in the tribute collectors at. Where was that? Oh, we may not have enough. We've got 27. That's almost nothing. Now then. Zadny, my good friend. We could give you brand new Hobgoblin Cutthroats. We'll grab 2 of these guys on Global because they cost a good deal more. 300 is not too bad though, and we don't really have a lot of else to spend the gold on, so such is the way at the moment. You come join Astrogoth. Give him some training. So use Astrogoth to do some damage to Quark Peak. Easily bring this one down. Auto-resolve, we lose half of our infantry because that tends to be always the way. We will sack the settlement first and turn it into a nice, lovely factory. Well, actually, so it is... do nothing for now. Correct Vlag is going to actually be helping our raw materials output for the local province, so we should probably actually make this one also a outpost to make full use of that. Yeah, let's start working through your legendary skills there. Basalt Body giving us more Winds of Magic, and then a minimum plus 10. We're pretty much at the maximum for Winds of Magic at the moment. I don't know what the actual is, but I think you can't get much more than 100. Fix this. Go ahead and grab the Money Pit. And you know what? Yeah, we can rush it. Is there really a reason to? No. Because the settlement's only tier 1. Let's grab Bulgor on Tomwars. And Wise Gamgees. We had multiple points. Oh yeah, training it is as well. Get Astrogoths, guys. Elite as fast as we can. He's just going to keep holding in until the Tsarina decides to attack the walls. We can most likely defend, but at the gates, not fighting from the field as she wants to. It is also time to summon in another squad of hobgoblins here. So let's do so over here at Fortenhof. So we need to have an actual hobgoblin building, don't we? Yes. We are missing out then. So what we will do is we'll wait till next turn. Spend our raw materials to upgrade Gerslev. We'll speed up the upgrade, grab a hobgoblin building, speed that upgrade up as well, and throw out another massive army to start laying waste to Kislev so we can kind of speed that along. We've got a lot of income. We can probably do that a couple times actually. So let's grab another army over here. Do I have another hobgoblin building? Let's check the provinces. We are nearing the end of this episode. I think I'm already recruiting some in Noblar County. Am I not? No, I'm not actually. Perfect. So we will grab scrap towers here. For another way in the mountains besides. We can sneak up through this direction, which would be kind of spicy. It'd be a bit difficult though. Let's just have an overwhelming hobgoblin force down here. All right, another lord. This time we grab probably a Lord of Death. Rule, Boastful, or Thirstful. Boastful could be pretty good, so we can actually see what's going on ahead of us. So Hadraza, welcome. 6 more archers. Actually, we'll grab some allied recruitment if we can. From... I love that the Warriors of Chaos can only give you garbage. Just hot garbage. Luckily, we can get some demon units from the Legion of Chaos, even though they haven't really served us too well so far. I kind of want these Chaos Warriors, Hell Scourges here. They're fairly cheap. Hell Scourges don't have a lot of armor piercing, but usually the Ogres don't have a lot of armor themselves, so... These guys have Charge Reflection. They'll be a good wall. And they have whips. Purple armor. Okay, Root Marcher, Spirit Leech, double down, a Life Leeching, and then we'll grab the point into his Firing Presence. Perfect. Go ahead and swing in here and grab heal Cutthroats too. Heal Sneaky Gits. Manufactory lets us know that our war machines can be upgraded once more here with Hellbound. That'll be great once we're actually using some that are more infantry focused. All of ours are purely long range, so Hellbound is great. We haven't had any duels really with artillery just yet, so extra reload would be great. But again, on that one, we haven't really run out of ammo, so interesting issues to be running into. Visithris, we're going to have you pull south. and attack the Eagle Ares. Jump over in the underways. Let Grummer Dash come on up and steal some tech. I don't have gold for it anymore. That's fine. I'm happy to fight Furt Bad Axe here. Yeah. Alright, Drozwell, let's get you out on the water. Or before we do, 2 more unit capacity upgrades before we can get more iron glaives. Unfortunate, but we'll have to deal with it. In that case, out to the ocean. Alright, well, we have almost cornered Krikta, and the Hislevite cities and the countrysides are in ruins and are burning currently. So, for now, though, I am out of time for today. I have been Space Wizard War. Remember, leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub zone, and I will see you on the next one.